This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so last class what we had discussed here. So nothing but we're discussing about design of HDFS, right? Let me recall some points and we can go for further. So design of HDFS. So first is nothing but storing the large amount of data or large files. So there is nothing but we discussed already: block size, replication, and metadata. And next one is nothing but streaming data access. So that is nothing but write once, read many. And last one is nothing but commodity hardware. Nothing but inexpensive hardware. Okay, so how this HDFS is designed here. So mainly it is going to store huge amount of data. So how it is going to store? Nothing but block size, duplication, and metadata. And streaming data access, nothing but we can store it as one time and we can read n number of times. Nothing but streaming data access. And for storage, right, we are using a process name. We discussed some process names called as a data node. So each and every machine they're using some diagonal task tracker. So finally data will be stored in data node in Hadoop point of view or in HDFS point of view. So nothing but what is exact data node is nothing but machine. You can simply call it as a machine. So but in Hadoop terminology point of view, they're calling as a data node where exactly data is going to store. Okay. So because if you observe the Hadoop, whenever if you want to store some file, first of all, based upon the block size, that file is going to go into n number of blocks, and these blocks, it is going to storing data nodes, and again blocks is going to be replicated based upon the replication factor. So this blocks is nothing but where it is exactly storing here, data nodes. Finally, the data, physical data is always going to store in data node. That is but what is exactly community hardware. And after that we discussed about drawbacks in HDFS. So first one is low latency, data access is not there. Low latency data access is not there. Okay, we discussed already what is exactly low latency. So nothing but within this RDBMS software, we're having only file level indexing. We don't have content level indexing. So if you want to achieve content level indexing, we can achieve by using NoSQL databases. Okay. So if you observe NoSQL databases, we don't have the concept of rows and columns. Their concept is completely different. Okay. We will discuss in HBase as well. So currently no need to worry. And next thing is multiple writes and arbitrary modifications are not allowed. Multiple writes and arbitrary modifications are not allowed. Nothing but we don't have the concept of updates. No updates. We are only appending. So here we have discussed some couple of points. So if we are adding or removing data, n number of blocks has to be updated so that it will degrade the performance. will degrade the performance. So Hadoop supports only appends, but not for updates. Hadoop supports only appends, but not for updates. Okay, this point is also discussed on yesterday. And last one is lots of small files is an issue. Lots of small files is an issue. So we discussed this thing as well. So whenever if you are storing some lots of small files, so metadata is going to increase, so that name node is going to be, it is a huge button to the name node. Whenever the metadata is going to increase means definitely there is a huge problem for name node. Means because not metadata exactly, because whenever if you're storing a small files, metadata is going to increase rapidly instead of a large files. That is the only point. So why if you are suppose if you are storing some lots of small files, why we are facing some issues. Okay, metadata, whenever the metadata is going to increase, metadata is always going to store a name node. So now name node is going to get huge button on it. So that is the reason whenever if you're having some lots of small files, so make this all small files, lots of small files as a single file by using some different compression techniques which we need to discuss, or otherwise we can make it as an either WAR or zip files. So then you are able to store in HDFS. So now we don't have that much amount of metadata increase whenever if you're going with it as a single file or couple of files here. So whenever if you're showing some lots of small files, so assume that your metadata size, it can be some 1 GB or 2 GB or maybe some 10 GB. But whenever if you're storing lots of small files as a single file, it will be reduced. If you're assuming as a 10 GB, so it will be reduced to definitely either 1 GB or 2 GB. Fine, it will store metadata size as a 1 GB or 2 GB. So whenever if you are storing some lots of small files, assume that metadata size as 10 GB means whenever if you are making small files as a single file or multiple or couple of files, and if you're storing in HDFS, so it will reduce the metadata size. It may be some around 2 GB or 3 GB. Nothing but 7 GB metadata size is going to be reduced here. Okay, so this is a you can take it as this is a small example. So these things we discussed yesterday, right? So is these things are fine, all of you? Anybody is having doubts? So let me open my VM. So all of you need to open your own VMs. I think most of you already installed, right? Hadoop. If still not that installed, it is your problem. So now here we're going to discuss about HDFS commands. Okay, HDFS commands. So now let us assume in local file system we're having some first dot txt. Okay, so we're having HDFS as well, one more file system. So within the HDFS, we're having, let us assume we're having two directories, Vishnu Shiva. So within this two directories, right, I want this first dot txt file, or maybe some in Vishnu directory, just I want this first dot txt file. Okay, So how can we do these things? I mean, this is the one scenario. So let us assume one scenario as a in local file system we're having first.txt. This file just I want to get in HDFS. So how can we achieve this? This scenario. Okay. So not only this one. For suppose assume that first.txt file is present in Vishnu. Now this file I want to get in Shiva as well. So how can we get it? Okay, so otherwise, so just here what are the file I'm having first.txt, same file just I want to get in first.txt, I mean in Shiva data as well. That is a one thing. So and whenever I'm copying, I mean within the source you can take source as a Vishnu, destination as a Siva. Okay, so once if I execute some command, so I don't want first.txt in Vishnu directory, so finally need to present in only Shiva directory. Okay, so like that we're having some couple of scenarios, I mean couple of things. So this is the some different scenarios in which we need to in which we are getting daily activities whenever if you're going with the Hadoop point of view. So these scenarios we can achieve by using HDFS commands. It is similar commands if if you're having some knowledge on Linux. Okay, so most whatever the Linux commands we're having, it is almost similar whenever you're going with HDFS commands, but execution is somewhat different. If you want to execute some HDFS command, so we need to, we need to go with not exactly syntax here. So execution is different means. So if you are typing some ls, so just is going to list of the comments, right? But same thing if you want to achieve in HFS point of view means, so we need to type Hadoop fs ls. So here not ls, okay, ls is going to come, or you can make it as a rm remove. So this is a local file system. If you want to remove some file within the local file system, this is the command, right? Same command if you want to remove one text file within the HDFS means, so like this we need to provide Hadoop space fs space -rm. So like this we need to provide it. Okay, then only it is going to remove a particular text, or I mean particular file within the HDFS here. Okay, this is for local file system, and LFS local. It can be local file system is ext3 or ext4, right? So now these comments we need to discuss. So this is local file system, nothing but ext3 or ext4. So here, this is the same thing. So just I'm having one text file within the local file system, then in the first.txt. Just I want to copy this text file from local file system to HDFS. So we're having some couple of comments. Whether you can go with put or copy from local. So like this, we're having some comments. Now within the HDFS, so I assume that we're having first.txt in maybe some first dot directory. So same file, just I want to get in second directory, or just I want to I want to cut the respective file, or I want to remove that particular file within the HDFS. So for this here within the HDFS, we're having a couple of comments like mv copy RM, RMR, RM. Okay, like this, we're having some couple of comments which we want to discuss as well. And now within the HDFS, we're having some couple of files. So these files, just I want to get back in local file system. So how can we achieve this? By using get or copy to local. So like this, we can achieve. For suppose if generally this will not be happen, right? If you want to store, or if you want to, instead of storing, so storage definitely we're going with HDFS only, but if you want to get a particular files from HDFS to local file system, then we can go with this respective commands. Okay, get and copy to local, get merge, having some different commands is there which we need to discuss. So try to open your VMs. So is everybody installed Hadoop software on your respective laptops or not yet, all of you? Okay, try to open your VMs. So along with me, you need to do, all of you. What are the commands now I'm going to execute? Okay, same way you need to do. Hands-on you need to do. Okay. So try to open your terminal. Okay. So try to start the Hadoop. What is the predefined command if you want to start the Hadoop? Start hyphen all dot. Okay. So how can you know whether Hadoop is started successfully or not? So you can type a predefined command called as a JPS. So once you type JPS, so all Hadoop process names it need to display. Terminal has to display all the Hadoop process names once if you provide the predefined command called as a JPS. Okay. So now these are the Hadoop process names what we're having. Nothing but name node, data node, second name node, resource manager, and node manager. Okay. So is everybody started Hadoop? All of you? Okay, fine. First command. Hadoop fs hyphen ls slash Hadoop fs Hadoop space fs space hyphen ls slash. Nothing but it will store all the directories. All the directories present inside of HDFS. Okay, so it will list out all the directories present inside of HDFS. So now try to execute this command here, all of you. Hadoop fs ls space slash. So here if you observe, I mean we are not able to get a single file because if you open this one, I mean if you are opening Apache Hadoop view or Apache Hadoop, what we can say that web UI of Apache Hadoop. So localhost 50070 and go for utilities and go try to click on browse the file system. So here we don't have a single file. Here we are unable to find a single file. That is the reason we are not able to get anything from this after execution of this respective command. Okay. What is the doubt? Abdul, what is your question? I did not get you. Can we export this command from any directory or should be in Hadoop home directory? No, in terminal only we need to execute. This is the question. So you need to execute this HTTPS commands within the terminal only. So once if you're opening this terminal, this is the default. You don't need to set anything, right? Is this the question for you? Okay. Okay. So first of all, we are going for next command. So second command, Hadoop fs mkdir slash Vishnu. So it is going to create a new directory inside of HDFS, right? So try to create Hadoop fs mkdir slash Vishnu. So is it created or not? Just try to cross check. See here. Now it is created one directory, nothing but Vishnu. Block size is 0 because we are not able to store any data. Okay. It is having some permissions. D is nothing but a directory. Okay, it is having, we discussed some permissions, right? Read, write, and execute. These are the respective permissions that is having. So one is Hadoop Apache, group supergroup, size is 0. Just now we have created, right? Replication. Anyway, we are not followed with replication because we have made it as a one only because it is a single system. Blocks is also 0 and name is Vishnu. So what is the dot? So is this command is fine? All of you executed? I'm getting same warning while starting secondary name. What is solution? Means what is the whether second name is not started or anything. What is your problem? Hello.
Yeah, second round is started, sir, but just I'm getting warning, unable to load native Hadoop library for your platform using.
Share your screen once. I'm making as a presenter. Yes.
Here, sir. This.
Which one? So
Yes,
why
here
we
I'm
getting
getting.
why we getting 0.0.0? Have you changed that file?
No, sir, I didn't change anything.
So type JPS.
Yeah, yes, yes, yes.
1 second type. Okay. So warnings not a problem. Okay, but if you're getting some errors, then only we need to go through. But warnings not issue. Okay.
Okay, okay, sir. Okay.
Okay, fine.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. So that is yeah, where is that? Okay, fine. And here for making a directory, we're having one more scenario. So Hadoop fs-mkdir Vishnu. Okay, so now if you observe here in this command, we have mentioned slash Vishnu, but here I did not mention any slash. Okay, so now it is also going to create a directory. Whether if you're going with a slash or without slash, it is going to creating a directory is common, but way of creating is different. Okay, so here is going to create a new directory, but way of creating is different. That is, so how it is going to create here? Slash user. My username is Hadoop Apache slash Vishnu. So in this structure, it is going to create whenever if you are going with this command Hadoop space fs space hyphen mkdir space Vishnu. I mean, whenever if you are trying to create a directory without slash, right? So within the HDFS file system, so it is going to create in this respective format or in this respective structure. So try to execute this command now, all of you. Hadoop fs hyphen mkdir Vishnu. Click on enter. What happened? no such file or directory. We are creating a directory, right? We are not retrieving. We are trying to create. Slash first. Okay. Okay, so this is nothing but a only for Hadoop 1.x. So this is not for 2.x. Okay, so because we have installed this 2.x version, that is the reason. So here, whenever if you are trying to create like this, if you are trying to create like this, so this is the structure in which it is going to create inside of HDFS if you are going with the Hadoop 1.x. Okay, but it is not the case in 2.x. So 2.x, there is no chance of creating a directory like this. Okay. So reason is whenever if you're trying to create slash I without hash, so definitely it is, I mean, if you're going with HDFS, it is the somewhat duplication of directories as well. Okay, so that may be the limitation in Hadoop 1.x. So that is the reason maybe they have, I mean, they have not included this same feature or this thing they have overcome within the Hadoop 2.x version. That may be the reason. Okay, but whenever I'm working with Hadoop 1.x, this feature is there. Okay, so is it fine till now, all of you? So now I want to create one file. Okay, so for creating a file, so how to create a file? If you want to create a file in local file system, that is, so you can go with gedit is the predefined command here, second underscore file.txt. So this is the file name in which I want to create in local file system, not in HDFS. Okay, so try to open the terminal. So don't go with Hadoop space fs. So try to create like this gedit second underscore file.txt. Here. Now it is going to open a file with the name as second underscore file.txt. I mean, whatever the file name in which you are giving in terminal, same file name is going to create. So now try to provide some text. Okay, I am going to Hyderabad. I want to learn new technologies. So like this, I created one file second underscore file dot txt, right? So this file is created in local file system, right? So now I want to copy this. I want to copy this file. I mean second underscore file dot txt from local file system to HDFS, right? So now if we want to copy the file from local file system to HDFS, okay, so that is Hadoop fs hyphen put slash home. What is my username? Hadoop Apache. And what is my file name? Second underscore file.txt. Okay, second underscore file.txt. So this file, I mean whatever the file which I created, second underscore file.txt. So this is nothing but, if you observe, this is nothing but a local file system path. I mean where exactly that file is stored. That otherwise where exactly the file is pointing. So now inside of HDFS. So where I want to store it. Okay, maybe some slash first or maybe some slash. Okay, so we are storing a file which is in local file system, that is nothing but second underscore file.txt to hdfs directory, that is nothing but a Vishnu. Okay, so try to execute this command here. So now what is the command? Hadoop fs hyphen code slash home Hadoop Apache second underscore file.txt slash Vishnu. Okay. So go to Vishnu. See here, we're having a file with name as second underscore file dot txt. What is the block says? 128 MB. So I have explained you whenever I'm explaining block size concept. So in Hadoop 1.x, what is the default block size here? 64 MB. But whenever if you're going with Hadoop 2.x version, default block size itself 128 MB, right? So replication anyway we have given as 1. So normally we have created size is, this is the respective size. Okay, so it is not a directory, so that is the reason we don't have D here. So if you observe previous thing, we're having a D is nothing but it is pointing. Vishnu is nothing but a directory, but within the Vishnu, what are the file we are storing? It is not comes in a directory, it is a file. Okay, so now if you click on this second underscore file.txt. So previously if you're going with Hadoop 1.x version, so within the same UI it is going to display. Now they have given the downloading option as well, so you can download it. And if you observe, this is the same text in which I have entered in local file, right? Same it is for, I mean in HDFS file as well. So if you observe here, so it is not a local file system. So see temp Mozilla underscore Hadoop Apache 0. So here this is the one file. Where is one file? See, this is a local file system file. So this file only just we have copied inside of HDFS, and this is the HDFS file. Okay. So is this command is clear, all of you? Command and concept is clear. Is everybody executing this command? Yes. Okay. So now next one is, if you want to copy, if you want to copy multiple files. Okay, so here local slash user local, right? So here let us create one more file, okay, in local file system. So that may be what we call gedit second underscore file one dot txt. So just I'm giving some text, save it. So now I'm creating a one more file, so that is file 2.txt. Okay, so now if you observe, we're having second underscore file 1, second underscore file 2, right? We already stored second underscore file. So now I want to copy this multiple files. I want to copy these multiple files. So within the HDFS. So it is a simple command, nothing worry on this. Same command. Hadoop fs -put slash Hadoop Apache file 1.txt slash home second underscore file 2.txt slash Krishna. Okay. So Hadoop fs -put home Hadoop Apache file 1.txt. So which directory? This one, right? So click on enter. So now if you observe within the HDFS, so go to Vishnu. See here, we're having some couple of files. Okay. So if you want to store some multiple files, so this is the way. So you want to store the multiple files here. But generally these are the small files, right? You can make it as some WAR file or some zip file. And we can store any Vishnu directory within the HDFS. Okay. So is this fine? If we want to display a file content that is inside of HDFS. Okay, if you want to display a file content that is inside of HDFS. So we are having some couple of files. Second underscore file dot txt file is there, right? So within that file we are having some content. So if you want to display that content within the terminal, so how can we do this? Okay, so we're having a predefined command that is Hadoop fs cat slash Vishnu slash second underscore file dot txt, right? This is the same command Hadoop fs cat slash Vishnu second underscore file dot txt, right? So this is the thing. This is the same content, right? For second underscore file dot txt. So file one, file two is having the same thing, right? Like this. Okay. I'm getting this thing is done. If the file size is more than 128 MB, then what is going to happen? It will divide the file into n number of blocks based upon our 128 MB as a block size. Is it fine, Amit? Okay. So is this comments is fine, all of you?